Welcome to another episode of What the Show. This week we want to tantalize your senses, raise your goosebumps, and make you gassy with fear. We're going to explore the dark human depths of human emotion, tickling your inner receptors of fear and suspense. In previous episodes, we discussed genres far and wide, from game shows to sitcoms, all the way through the terrors of reality television. But this week, we're going to take the spooktacularity up a notch as we venture into the world of thrillers. So, what does it mean to be scared? What is that tingly, anxious energy that consumes you? Well, scientists say fear is caused by when the body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline in response to potentially threatening stimuli. In contrast, paranormal pseudoscientists claim that fear is caused by Satan, the Lord of Darkness, ruler of hell, and the inventor of the newest mode of corruption, 5G. Thrillers allow us to take an adventure into the morally gray world that the audience would often like to think they're better than. We don't want to be the villain simply because we believe that we would never be like them. Even if it's not quite true, like I know I would never pull a Norman Bates, but the guy behind this camera, well, let's just say I can't be so sure. Tonight, our journey begins with an exploration into the curiosity of youth and their intrinsic hunger to uncover the unknown and harvest for truth. They seek out the lies, injustices, and mystery hiding behind masks and in the shadows. They confront the phantoms, ghosts, and ghouls haunting our friends, family, and community, diving into the literal and metaphorical darkness even if it puts their safety at risk. They may be our most innovative detectives, or perhaps they've consumed one too many Scooby stacks and have blurred the lines between paranormal and paranoia. We may never know the answer, but I really like to think that this talking dog is good at solving mysteries. Ghouls and gals, I now present What the Scooby-Doo.
And to conclude our tour, this is Studio One. We're lucky enough to have this wonderful place built very recently. And should you choose to attend the fabulous San Francisco State University, you'll be spending plenty of time in here. So, do we have any questions?
Yeah, I got one. Mm-hmm. What's this weird little shrine over here?
Oh, that. Well, you see, we built a memorial for one of our Becca professors. He disappeared mysteriously when the building was being built.
Disappeared? What do you mean?
Oh, well, when they built the studio, all the brand new equipment, they had so much, I'm talking the works. They got new cameras, new sets, new computers, new lights. Professor Pittman, may he rest in peace, he came out one day to check out the new studio and he was gone, never seen again.
Well, that's weird. Mm-hmm. You guys really have no idea what happened to him?
Okay guys, the dean of the school told me that I really shouldn't be telling this to the tour groups. But if you really want to know, Professor Pittman came in and he was checking out the new studio and moving things around, like how teachers do, when one of the lights fell from the batten. And when one of the crew came in to figure out what happened, all we saw was a pool of blood and Pittman's faculty ID. The whole situation was kind of just swept under the rug. They didn't want any bad press, especially the higher-ups, you know what I mean. But a lot of weird things have been happening since then.
What do you mean, weird things?
Like, the technology just always stops working while we're recording, the lights flicker on and off, and things move around when there's no one even in here. People say it's the angry ghost of Andy Pittman trying to get revenge on the school for not giving him the bonus they promised him before he disappeared. So.
That's very peculiar. Is there any evidence of a ghost?
Well, personally, I haven't seen anything, but I believe it's Pittman's ghost. That's totally something he would do if he was dead. I'm not superstitious or anything, but I believe in this. Oh. Well, I should head across campus. I got another tour to do. You're free to check out the studio. Just don't break anything.
Okay,
See you guys.
You.
Thanks.
Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking?
Let's solve this mystery, man.
1, 2, 3.
Mystery!
It was nothing like I've ever seen before. These kids went into hysterics. The last time I've seen some of these teenagers this scared was when the city threatened to shut down the skate park. But that night, you could feel the fear in the air. The threat of the unknown. truth be told, even I started to get scared. But don't tell anyone that. It'll ruin my reputation around here.
That night was the worst night of my life. I've never been so scared. Just watching those little bodies running around, destroying everything in their touch. It was awful.
These creatures are known for their chaos and destruction, but I never thought that I would see evidence of them with my own 2 eyes. Watching the video that the eyewitnesses recorded truly made my heart skip a beat. Never in my career have I seen something that small causing that much destruction.
Man, when I tell you, those gnomes were something else. I need you to believe me. They come in a pack of hundreds. There were too many to count, and they descended upon the town in a tsunami-type wave. No matter where you looked, there was a gnome. They couldn't have been more than 12 inches tall, each. Yet, they did more than just destroy some buildings. They destroyed what little hope the town had.
It felt like the town was crashing down around me, seeing the buildings fall. It was like out of the Hunger Games or something. To think it was all caused by those gnomes. The Argentinian gnomes.
The Argentinian gnome, or duendes, are an interesting species. There's little written about them, but what we do know is that they're tiny, but mighty. We haven't been able to figure out how they choose their targets, but what we do know is that you should never wish it's you. Maybe wish it on your enemy, though. That could be a reasonable target. Or maybe your evil ex-wife. Not that I've wished that on her, them, I mean anyone, ever. No, not me. Never wished for anything like this to happen to Melissa. I mean...
At first, I didn't even know what I was looking at. It just seemed like grass moving. Then we saw the hats. And once we realized we were looking at these gnome-like figures, we became really afraid. My friend got so scared he ended up in the hospital from heart palpitations. That day ruined me. If I ever get Alzheimer's and start to lose my memory, I know I'll always remember that day.
Hey, Wolf, what you got there?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I think I've got our next case.
Really? Like a real case?
Yeah.
Like a bank robbery or something?
Even better.
Even better, like a serial killer or something?
Even better than that.
Well, Wolf, even better than a serial killer, you have to tell me what it is.
It's a UFO sighting.
Not this again. Do you really believe in this UFO sighting? Remember what happened last time? We went to the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, just to find out that those Appalachian cave dwellers have overactive imaginations.
Darla, I remember, but you have to trust me this time. This case seems legit. I really think it's a real life UFO this time.
That's what you said last time. And last time. And the last time. And the time before that. And the time before that.
You just have to trust me this time. This case is different. These descriptions match the ones I gave to the authorities on that fateful night.
You mean the night that your sister ran away?
How many times do I have to tell you she didn't run away? She was abducted by aliens, real life aliens. That's why I've dedicated my life to investigating these types of crimes.
You know these things aren't real, right? You've taken this way too seriously for too long.
I can't deal with your skepticism all the time. Now listen to me. I'm going to investigate this claim whether you think it's real or not, because I think we have a real case here. You'd have to just trust me on this. The truth is out there, and I am determined to uncover it.
God damn it, Pond Sludge. There was a real serial killer case here. What?
Zoinks, gang! We really did it! We captured the ghost. We should get this on video. Alright, you pesky ghost. Let's see who you really are.
Professor Pittman?
Yeah, it's me.
But like, why, man? You're such a cool professor.
Well, you must know, I got tired. Don't get me wrong, I love being a Becca professor and all, but being around all these Becca students, oh my god, it's so exhausting. Like, I had one of them talking to me about Garfield. Garfield! So I just needed a break, you know? And I wanted to pursue my music career with my band, but with the new building, I had an idea. We finally wanted to record an album, next era, you know? But renting out a recording studio is so expensive. So then I got this bright idea that we would use all this fancy new equipment. So I just faked the accident, kept my keys, and, you know, hung around the studio to keep myself busy.
Jinkies, Andy. I can't believe you do that.
Yeah, and I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids and that. You know what? What is that?
It's a flashlight.
Why are you carrying around a stuffed animal?
It's for emotional support. College is tough, Andy.